Good morning, everyone. My name is Alvi F. De La Cruz. This video is the continuation of Unit 4 Assessment Learning Resources and Instructional Accommodation. This is under the Learning Resources and Instructional Accommodations. I will be tackling the two topics, and these are quality differentiated instruction, homeschool, or distance learning. The objectives is define quality differentiated instruction and homeschool distant learning will be able to explain the concepts of quality differentiated instruction and homeschool or distance learning and to learn about the importance of this topic in education. Let's first talk about the quality differentiated instructions. What is differentiated instruction? Differentiated means tailoring instructions to meet individual needs. Differentiated instructions aims to improve learning outcomes, inspire a love of learning, increase self-awareness, increase engagement, and help students learn more efficiently and with deeper understanding. What is differentiated instruction? To differentiate instruction is to recognize students' varying backgrounds, knowledge, readiness, language, and preferences in learning, interests, and to react responsibly. It is the process to approach teaching and learning through students of differing abilities in the same class. There are four ways to differentiate instruction. According to Tomlinson, teachers can differentiate instruction through four ways. Number one is content, two, process, number three is product, and the last one is learning environment. The first is the content. What is content? Content is what the students needs to learn or how the students will get the access to the information. As you already know, fundamental lesson content should cover the standards of learning set by the school district or state educational standards. But some students in your class may be completely unfamiliar with the concepts in a lesson. Some students may have partial mastery, and some students may already be familiar with the content before the lessons begin. And these are the examples of differentiating content. The first one is using reading materials at varying readability levels. The second one is putting text materials on a tape. The third one or the last one is using spelling or vocabulary lists at readiness level of student. The second one is process. This process related method also addresses the fact that not all students require the same amount of support from the teacher, and students could choose to work in pairs, small groups, or individually. And while some students may benefit from one-on-one interaction with you or the classroom aid, others may be able to progress by themselves. Each student has a preferred learning style, and successful differentiation includes delivering the material to each style visual, auditory, and kinesthetic and through words. Teachers can enhance students' learning by offering support based on individual needs. The examples of differentiating process: developing personal agendas, task lists written by the teachers and containing both in common work for the whole class and work that addresses individual needs of learners. Offering manipulatives or other hands-on supports, and varying the length of time students may take to complete a task. The third one is the product. The product is what the students create at the end of the lesson to demonstrate the mastery of the content. This can be in the form of tests, project reports, or other activities. You could assign students to complete activities that show mastery of an educational concept in a way the student prefers, based on learning style. Activities in which the students engage in order to make sense of or master the content. These are the examples of differentiating product. One is giving students options of how to express required learning. The second one is allowing students to work alone or in small groups on their products and encouraging students to create their own product assignments as long as the assignments contain required elements. The fourth one is learning environment. The conditions for optional learning include both physical and psychological elements. A flexible classroom layout is key, incorporating various types for furniture and arrangements to support both individual and group work. Psychologically speaking, teachers should use classroom management techniques that support a safe and supportive learning environment. And these are the examples of differentiating environment. Making sure there are places in the room to work quietly and without distraction, as well as places that invite students' collaboration. Providing materials that reflect a variety of cultures and home settings. Helping students understand that some learners need to move around to learn, while others do better sitting
What
quietly.
is distance learning? At home learning, school at home, distance learning, virtual learning, e-learning, or remote learning all refer to learning done via teleconferences or video calls. Instead of the regular classroom setup, teacher will implement the lessons via video conferencing during a set time during the day. What is homeschooling? Homeschooling is a way of doing school at home that it is integrated into all parts of the day and life of your child, whereas the teacher is still the primary instructor in distance learning. For homeschooling, the parents guide and teach their child.
Here are a few other differences between the two. In curriculum, homeschooling, parents can choose an accredited DepEd homeschool provider and a curriculum to use. Parents can also build on their choosing curriculum based on their child's interests and strengths. On distance learning, at home learning, or online school, parents can choose the school but will have a little to no power over the school curriculum. In teachers, in homeschooling, parents will be the primary teacher or the instructor. On distance learning or at home learning or online school, parents will serve as guides or coaches alongside a hired teacher which the learners can interact with via online calls. In homeschooling, it's integrated throughout the day depending on the child age and grade level. It can be 2 to 6 hours per day, but this is flexible and depends on the parents and kids. On distance learning, at home learning, or online school, the school will specify when and how long kids have to be online for the classes. In books equipment, homeschooling, parents will decide on the books and equipment they intend to use for homeschooling. On distance learning, at home learning, or online school, the school can specify the books and equipment needed for the whole school year. These include either physical or electronic books, learning management system, and communication platform to be used. And that's all my video.